Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we're diving into your first most essential words in German. But we're not just going to memorize a boring list. Nope. We're going to crack the code, uncover the system behind the whole language, and it all starts with one single word. Let's do it.
This is it. Hallo. Yeah, it looks simple, right? Almost exactly like English. But trust me on this. This one little word is basically the key that can unlock the entire German language. It's our front door.
So, that's the big question, isn't it? What's really going on behind this simple greeting? Over the next few minutes, we're going to take this journey from a simple hello to really understanding the engine that makes German, well, German. It's going to be fun, and I think you'll be blown away by how logical it all is. Okay, first things first, let's start with the absolute essentials. I'm talking about the words you're going to use every single day. These are your golden ticket into any conversation. So, what's really cool here is the structure. You've got your all-purpose hello, which works anytime, anywhere. Super easy. Then you have these greetings that change with the time of day. Guten Morgen for the morning, Guten Abend for the evening. Now, the real workhorse here is Guten Tag. You can use this pretty much all day long as a standard polite hello. It literally means good day, from gut, meaning good, and Tag, meaning day. See? Simple. Okay, and this is so important. It perfectly shows a really crucial concept in German, formality. See, when you're saying goodbye, you've got two main choices. With your friends, family, anyone you're casual with, you'll use this friendly, breezy tschüss. But in a professional setting or with someone you don't know well, you use auf Wiedersehen. It literally translates to until we see again, which, how beautiful is that? Getting this right, it shows you get the culture, not just the vocabulary. All right, so we've got our first words down. But, to actually build sentences and not just say hello and goodbye, we gotta pop the hood. We need to get the why behind German grammar. Trust me, this is where the magic really happens. Okay, so here's the absolute biggest mindbender for English speakers. Every single noun in German, and I mean everything, a man, a table, an idea, it has a gender. It can be masculine, feminine, or neuter. And nope, this has nothing to do with whether a table feels particularly manly or womanly, it's just a grammar rule. And that gender tells us which version of the word the we need to use. So let's break that down. It's actually pretty straightforward. Here are the three ways to say the in German. You use der for masculine nouns like der Mann, the man. You use die for feminine nouns like die Frau, the woman. And you use das for neuter nouns like das Kind, the child. Now, I know what you're thinking. I have to memorize all of these, but hold on, don't panic. There are patterns. And speaking of patterns, here they are. Think of this slide as your secret cheat sheet. You can often guess a noun's gender just by how it ends. For instance, if you see a word ending in ung, like die Wohnung, chances are it's feminine. Same for words ending in chen, like das Mädchen, which are usually neuter. These little hacks are a total game changer and make the whole system way less intimidating. So why all the fuss about genders and articles? What's the point? Well, this quote from German with Laura just nails it. Those little words, der, die, das, they're not just the. They're like little grammar flags. They change to tell you exactly what a noun is doing in a sentence. Is it doing the action or having the action done to it? And that is what lets German shuffle its words around like crazy. Let's actually see what that looks like. So in English, word order is king. The man gives the child. You move those words around and the whole meaning changes, right? But in German, because of those little article flags, you can say der Mann gibt dem Kind, or you can say dem Kind gibt der Mann. And guess what? The meaning is exactly the same. Those grammar flags are doing all the heavy lifting, telling you who's doing what to whom, no matter where they are in the sentence. It's actually a super clever system. Okay, so that was the big why. Now let's get back to the what. We've got our greetings, we understand the basic engine of the language. Now we need the fuel for our sentence engine, the most essential pronouns and verbs to really get things moving. And here they are, the personal pronouns. Ich is I, wir is we, pretty simple. But hang on, look at the word you. This is a big one. German has a few different ways of saying it, and getting it right is super important. So this is the big divide, du versus sie. Think of du as your casual, friendly you. You use it with friends, family, kids, anyone you're on a first-name basis with. Then you have sie, and notice it's always capitalized. This is your formal, respectful you. You use it with strangers, in business, or just to show respect. Mixing these up can be a little awkward, so it's a really good one to learn right from the start.
Okay, so we have our people. Now let's give them an action. Let's take the most important verb there is, to be, or sein in German. And what you'll see is that the verb changes its form, its ending, depending on who's doing the being. Ich bin, I am. Du bist, you are. Er ist, he is. This is called conjugation, and it's basically the heartbeat of every German sentence. Awesome. So now we can actually make statements. But hey, a conversation isn't a monologue, right? It's a two-way street. So let's figure out how to turn what we know into a real tool for conversation by learning how to ask questions. Okay, get this. In German, the main question words are called W-Fragens, or W questions, for a super simple reason. They almost all start with a W. Just remember that that W is pronounced like a V in English. So you've got wer for who, was for what, woher for where from. You get the idea? These are your magic keys to starting a conversation. And bam, look at this. This is where it all comes together. Let's break down this little conversation. It kicks off with a simple hello. Then, person A uses one of our W questions, wie heißt du? This literally means, how are you called? But it's how you ask, what's your name? And the response? It uses the pronouns and verbs we just learned. Ich heiße bin. Ich bin Nora. It's amazing, right? With just a handful of things we've covered, you can already see how a real German conversation is built. Wow! You've actually come a super long way in just a few minutes. You have the greetings, the basic grammar, the tools to ask questions. So what's next? Let's zoom out a bit and lay out a real practical roadmap to keep this journey going. And look, you absolutely do not have to pack your bags and move to Germany to get immersed in the language. Start watching German shows, kick it off with subtitles in your language, then switch to German subtitles as you get more comfortable. Listen to German music or podcasts about things you're already into. Start reading simple stuff like kids' books. And maybe the most important thing of all, connect with real people. Apps like Tandem are amazing for finding native speakers to practice with. Now, if you're the kind of person who likes having a clear goal to shoot for, this is a fantastic one. The Goethe-Zertifikat A1 is an official, internationally recognized exam. Passing this thing is official proof that you can handle yourself in basic, real-life situations in German. It's a perfect first milestone to aim for on your path. So what are they actually testing you on? Is it a bunch of abstract grammar? Nope. It's all practical skills. You'll listen to short conversations, read simple things, write a quick email or fill out a form, and the big one, speaking. You'll actually have to introduce yourself and have a simple chat, just like we looked at. It's all about what you can actually do with the language, which is what really matters. Think about it. We started this whole thing with just one word, hello. And now you literally have the blueprint for the entire German language system. You know how to greet someone, you know how to ask a question, and you even have a potential goal to work towards. So yeah, you've learned your first word. The only real question left is, what's your next one gonna be?